You can catch me on Twitter at JFini3RD at the CC Network 1. And that's about it for this week.
How about Durbin Show?
No Mike Durbin show this week, although we did record
He's a lazy podcaster.
We recorded the return of Get My Go Season 2. We recorded that earlier tonight, so that's still going on. Husey returns to the fold after taking a little time away from the show, and so it's Durbin, myself, and Husey back together again, reunited, and it feels so good.
Cody, would you be happy if the FCC intervened and shut down the Get My Go show and canceled it?
We just create
100% is like.
We just create a pirate radio station. We all go out on a ship and record from on the ocean.
Well, and we talked to Nick Aldis forever yesterday. We got an hour and a half of content with this guy. You know what we did?
Big Get My Go fan.
Aldis. No, yeah, we had a kangaroo court over him promoting the Get My Go show.
Oh my god!
We were going to suspend him from the show for promoting Get My Go. And so next is from Salaz, and the subject is no question. I know Disco and Conan aren't fans of cancer culture, but this I know will be the only thing Disco and Conan will agree on when it has to do with cancel culture. # cancel Get My Go. Would we agree with that?
100%.
That's just,
and I wouldn't even call it cancel culture. That's just a gift to society. To have to listen to 4 boorish morons put each other over.
This sounds like censorship.
Or critiquing of some other schmuck that does a show.
Right.
I will not be censored.
Which I don't even think he's on the. I don't even think they have a show anymore, and they're still talking about it.
Yeah.
Would I be correct?
No, they do something, but they change their name and all that to try to get the stink off them. But Get My Go is coming back in a couple of weeks. So, and I know he listens to all the episodes and watches them, so he's full of shit.
Why would he listen to you?
I just know that he's a fan of that show. Just trying to get over with you guys.
That's fine. That's your prerogative. I disagreed. But what really got my go was when you're going to say F my freedom.
Let's be honest. Okay, what were our numbers with Mike Durbin last week?
The same or
was
over?
it 0.0? Was that a range?
We're going up in all categories.
Did all the Get My Go fans watch the show this week? And
probably more than once.
I mean, because literally, Mike, when you book Mike Durbin, that show could literally draw a dozen.
All right, welcome back to Get My Go Season 2. Here we are. We've been off for many months, but we're finally back. And look who's with us.
Husey's returned.
Husey is back. Everyone has been clamoring for Husey to make his return, and here he is. He's got a nice short haircut. When did you get that haircut, Husey?
Well, it used to be Lorne, now it's Shorn. Thank you for asking, by the way. I got it cut on... last Thursday, thank you. When did you get yours cut?
2 nights ago. So I'm due for a haircut tonight. All right, so this being a new season, we have a new target, but don't fear, we will go back to the old targets at some point.
Well, if you take that offensive, I got two words for you, and I'm not going to say it right now, but you can you can think about what you want there and what those 2 words are. But if you're a wrestling fan, you probably know them. I got 2 words for you if you're thinking that, and you can quote it for yourself if you know it, Chris, because this guy's something.
But we're going to start off fresh with a new person, and his name is Wrestling Otaku. I'd love to know what his real name is, but that's.
I'm gonna take a rough estimate that it's something like Sherman or Hubert.
Yeah.
Or why didn't I just get the abortion? Apparently, it's what they say every time he walks into the room.
What is that otaku reference anyway? That's got to be something super cool, right?
It's Japanese for permanent virgin.
I hope he has the tattoo because there's nothing cooler than Chinese lettering tattoos.
Otaku. In Japan, it means a young person who is obsessed with computers or particular aspects of popular culture to the detriment of their social skills.
Wait a minute.
No, that can't be right.
This guy's got a sense of humor.
Well, at least he's funny because he's got an allergic reaction to gym memberships.
The way I found this guy was he was in a kind of a battle with Girl on Cinema about a year ago, and I saw her video, and then I saw his reply, and they went back and forth a few times each, and it's very, very entertaining.
And I must say, I gotta tell you guys honestly,
This was one of the worst critique videos I have ever seen in my entire life. One of the worst critique videos. This person, this girl on cinema, honestly, she is the prototypical. How she comes off as, with the things that she was saying in this video, she comes off as the typical anti-smart casual fan.
I don't know how they started their fight.
I have no idea who this guy is. Like I said, I only found this video at all because somebody put a comment on my AEW video. I did not put his name in any of our tagged words or anything like that.
But he is probably most famous for a video entitled 10 Reasons Why Women of This Generation Are Trash. And it's basically a 25-minute video of him standing in a courtyard somewhere. He's got sunglasses on, he's got a hat on, and he's got, most notably, an All Elite Wrestling t-shirt.
All right, what is going on, folks? This is the Wrestling Otaku back out here once again, here to bring you some more Wrestling Otaku exclusive content.
You know, if you put that through that title through Google Translate, it comes up as fat virgin incel going to die alone. Probably checks out his own mum's arse when she walks out of the room. That I can't believe that video's up online. We can't say the word cunt in a Keep 100 video, but this fat window taster, I think is the politically correct word to call him, is on the show going, they're liars.
So my original plan for this guy was I wanted to do the 10 reasons why women of today are trash. I had that clipped. I've had it clipped for months.
Yeah.
And but we have to do it with a female. It has to be done. It's so misogynistic that I wanted to get a female on the panel with us.
Well, John Wangland is available. He's not a fucking man.
You haven't escaped yet, John.
He actually did an addendum video after that, I think. I think he added a couple more reasons. Yeah. And he didn't take the videos down. They're still up. So, we're going to have a female on with us to do that video. But it's, scheduling. It's kind of hard sometimes to get everybody at the same time. So today we're going to start off with another of his videos. He just put this out 2 weeks ago. As everyone knows, CM Punk returned to wrestling. He's in AEW. And it has set off all the AEW marks. And Husey, I couldn't think of anyone better to have on for this episode because you love to destroy the AEW fans. So I can't wait to see.
It's like hearing that a pedophiles moved in next door to a fucking children's school with a swimming pool in the playground and a lot of lube and condoms in between them. It's the worst time ever. It's like. I remember I went to go see Thor 2, which I can't remember what it's The Dark World.
Yep.
And there was a guy in the room who came in wearing a self-made suit that had all the release dates of the future Marvel films up until... So it had all the release dates for everything listed up until 2018 written on it. And I just thought, well, that's obviously a low point. This... big girl, because that's what he is. This big girl, R.I.P. Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
He came in wearing and you think, right, that makes the rest of us look bad. Some people can watch the show and enjoy it. Then men with enormous tits start ranting about it. And by the way, I noticed his teeth. The acidic level in his mouth has caused the enamel to shrink. So he has teeth like little fucking cancer tits.
Oh. Yeah, they're little nubs, each one of them. So
I can't stand that.
And he has no shame in it. He does. There's a couple of videos where he's in his car. I don't know how he bought a car or got a car, but he's in the car and he's got the camera right up in his face. You can really see these teeth. And if you thought Brother Martin had nasty teeth, this guy's right underneath Brother Martin.
Yeah, but I don't know how he doesn't get taken down off YouTube because he has a thing that I call privilege, where people think he has special needs because he's so dumb, so he gets away with saying all this stupid, offensive shit. It's like we had a guy in our school who was in a wheelchair that openly insulted the gay students. He would call them, you can guess, right to their faces, and he never got in trouble. And And I think that's the problem with this guy, because he seems like he's one of them. He's not getting shut down, while the rest of us, fat cunt.
Yeah, so let's get into this video. This is called All Elite Wrestling is the Place to Be in Pro Wrestling. All right, you guys see that?
Durban, you're going to have to take off that filter, because it makes it look like he's got a big set of erect nipples. Looks like his mammary. Looks like he's about to start lactating.
And he is furthering the stereotype of wrestling fans being neckbeards. I mean, look at that. A razor has not touched that neck.
Yeah, not to make it awkward, but he's got sunglasses on, a cap, and a beard.
Shut up.
You know, it's kind of a bad look for those people.
Yeah. Just don't.
Like I said, AEW is for child laughters.
Here we go.
All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How's it hanging, partners? This is the Wrestling Otaku back here on the one and only Wrestling Otaku channel, your personification of excellence here on YouTube and YWC. And I wanted to make this video here to just briefly talk about, of course, to me, the state of professional wrestling, particularly the state of one specific wrestling company right now.
There needs to be a new rule brought in that you can talk about pro wrestling if you've been to a gym that year.
And by the way, from all the school jokes that we've all made already, it's clear that brick wall right there, he's near a school. I have no doubt in my mind that's outside elementary school.
He probably goes down his friends are probably children that he meets online.
I think, they can't, quite frankly, with their momentum right now, they can't be stopped. A company that I have said in recent videos right now is the standard.
If anybody's confused, that wasn't a lettuce leaf that he spat out.
God. And by the way, just a tip on the sunglasses tip. These are very expensive prescription sunglasses. When you sit on your sunglasses and bend them in half, you should just move on to the next pair, because those are in terrible, terrible shape.
Yeah, they're obviously crooked.
Yes.
They're no longer the alternative to me. They're the standard in professional wrestling, and that is AEW. I wanted to talk about AEW here. Of course, we had Rampage last night. Decent show.
Just to take it back a little bit, I'm looking at his views, I'm looking at his subscribers, and this gentleman is far more successful than our previous target. So we're moving on up here, and let that be a lesson to you, John and Chris, that you are not nearly as recognizable as this fella.
Of course, All Out is tomorrow night, September.
Okay, so he's talking about the Rampage that I was actually at in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Mm-hmm. That was 2 days before the pay-per-view. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think it was a good episode at all. I thought it was very boring.
But if I can just point something out, if you can just notice slightly below his pocket, there's a dark circle, and it's starting to fill up with sweat. Plus, right between his chest, you can see there's a sweat patch, and it's starting to expand. All this from talking and spitting up that not lettuce leaf.
I'm going to try to watch that pay-per-view. I'm still not sure whether or not I'm going to buy it, or if I'm going to, I'm going to watch it regardless. If I can't buy it, then I'm going to get a stream for it. I may even very well do a live reaction to All Out. It all depends on, what all happens. I might do it, I might not. It all depends. So stay tuned.
Yeah, it all depends. Jennifer Lopez might call me up and ask me to stick my tongue up her anus, or I may do a live watch along with AEW. I'm weighing up the options at the minute.
Yeah, he ended up doing a live watch along for the entire show. So there's about a 5-hour video on his page if you want to watch that.
You mean he's not dating Jennifer Lopez?
No.
Who would spend all that time on a watch along? Come on.
But yeah, so we got All Out. Of course, this upcoming Sunday. Excuse me. We got next week's show.
He probably has like a spit bucket with fucking Triple H's head in it.
Then on September 22nd, we got that big show in Arthur Ashe Stadium, Queens, New York. Now, of course, that was, the status for that is kind of up in the air. I'm sure they're still going to do the show.
He shouldn't do that hand jiggling thing now, because the rest of that was mesmerizing what happened to the rest of his body there. Bouncy, bouncy.
Yeah, his body looks like Freddie Mercury's blood. Oh. Freddie Mercury died from the AIDS virus.
Yes, he did.
You got Malachi Black, Andrade El Idolo. Got, of course, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, even though I'm not personally a fan of them right now. I personally think they're a little overpushed, but that's just me. You got Hangman Page. You got the Pinnacle, Inner Circle, of course, MJF, Jericho. You got...
I can't be the only one noticing the gasp for breath, by the way. But...
all these talents, all these parts, all these pieces right now in AEW.
Oh, wait a minute. He's got a Baltimore Ravens hat on.
Yes, he does. I noticed that.
Nice fucking Ravens jersey, bro. Second off.
Another notable Baltimore Ravens super fan, Brother Martin.
They should hang out.
They should like themselves.
It's a very exciting time to be an AEW fan. It's a very exciting time to be a wrestling fan in general, especially looking at the landscape of pro wrestling, looking at where we are right now compared to where we were, say, 3-4 years ago, where we didn't have a whole lot of options. Well, there were other options. It's just none of them were really on that next level scale.
Yeah, where you are right now is outside of school, and where you were 3-4 years ago is probably jail.
I like how he's a natural performer when he says, check out the landscape. And what does he do?
Especially looking at the landscape of pro wrestling, looking at where we are right now.
He looks around the landscape.
Looks like he's taking eyebrow trimming classes from John Wangland. He's overplucked in the middle, and then he's got the little arch.
Can you imagine? I'll predict this now. What we're really doing by switching over to this guy is we're about to create an evil heel super team, if you will, when Wrestling Otaku joins forces with John and Chris, which is going to happen any week now.
They may resurrect that football show.
Oh, my God.
And really, like I said before, AEW to me is the standard now. They're not the alternative. I could give a shit about fucking viewership numbers, totals. I give a shit about ratings. I give a shit about fucking profit margins. To me, AEW is the best wrestling show on the planet right now. The best wrestling promotion in the United States.
He took the hat off to make that very important proclamation. Then he puts it back on.
I was hoping that there was a big dinner plate sized balding pattern going on the back there. There still might be, but it wasn't viewable from this vantage point.
Whatever, but my point is valid and my point is relevant. So my point is indisputable. My point is valid and my point is indisputable is what I'm trying to say. So all you guys out there with your just illogical, fucking stupid, moronic, anti-smart mentality, you're still hung on this whole smarts ruin wrestling bullshit argument, even though the quote smarts don't run the fucking shows. We don't have control backstage. We're not fucking...
Well... there goes that AEW gig for me. Unfortunately, he's incorrect there because a Smart does run AEW. I mean, we're all aware of that. And B, there's nothing that cannot be disputed. Nothing is indisputable. Nothing except maybe you need oxygen to live. That's it. That's the only thing. Everything else, I can dispute all I want.
We don't own these fucking companies. How are you going to sit here and blame the fans for wrestling's downfall, quote unquote? Get the fuck out of here with your...
Because I don't want to be beside someone who looks like a fat pedophile. Like, what happens if he burps and I can smell the cum of it? I mean, that would ruin my Darby Allin match.
Like, I mean, if I was, and I'm no, bastion of physical fitness. Big surprise, everyone. But if I was that size, the problem is these guys, they all sit in the very tiny seats with no regard for the people that are sitting around them. If I was a bigger guy, I would get GA, I would stand, I wouldn't impose myself on other people, especially if my hygiene was in question, which I'm not going to cast aspersions here, but I have my theories on his level of hygiene.
Durban, if I wanted to buy a shirt, I don't know, of some guy possibly who cheats to win contests in the Grappler Gazette, if I wanted to buy a shirt of a guy like that, maybe calling out a big fat piece of shit mark to his face, where can I get one?
You can go to prowrestlingtees.com/Mike Durband and you will see the legendary sit down shirt where a gentleman who was pretty much the same size as this guy was blocking my view at All In, and I politely told him to sit down.
Because, it's not the Attitude Era anymore. Get the fuck over yourselves, okay? That era is done. Get over it. Get over it already. Okay? It was 20 years ago. Get over it. This is a new era. It's a new day. It's a new era. It's a new day. Okay, not fucking New Day, the fucking faction WWE. Obviously not.
Oh, Chicago! Don't you dare be sour! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your world famous five-time champs! Five-time champs! And feel the power! And feel the power! It's a new day! Yes, it is!
It's a new time. It's a different time. It's a different era. A different era of wrestling. So get the fuck over it. You can either accept that and join the and join in the hype, or you can get the fuck out. Plain and simple. But yeah, man, aside from that.
Oh shit.
That was a little cum burp there, the acidic value of the floor of the Al's load. But the thing that I find strange is you can look at him, you can tell he's not white. But the main thing is that I always find it strange when those people, the M words, marks, are into AEW, because it's mostly full of W words, white people. And that N word there, nerd, to be into the W word company, white people, I think it's ridiculous. Like, where's the representation there, man, and stuff and everything? Do you know what I mean?
But basically, at the end, I was going to say that CM Punk, I believe, is going to defeat Darby Allin. I think it's going to be a badass match regardless. But I think CM Punk is going to defeat Darby Allin and establish himself as a competitor in All Elite Wrestling. I mean, it's his debut match in his hometown. Of course he's going to go over. With all due respect to Darby Allin, I'm sure Darby Allin is going to get that rub. But I think CM Punk is going to get the win there. And then, of course, in the main event, Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage AEW World Title match. I believe Kenny Omega's retaining. Kenny Omega already dropped the Impact World Title to Christian on that inaugural episode of Rampage back on August 13th.
Hey, Durbin, I just want to do my prediction for the No Time to Die coming out, the next James Bond. I think that Bond kills the main villain in the second last scene.
Yeah, that's on the same level as that, pretty much. I mean, these aren't hard to make predictions whatsoever. And I personally, even if I was a diehard wrestling fan, prediction shows it's a giant waste of time, and they're only good for about 2 days anyway. And furthermore, if you're not gambling on it, who gives a fuck?
And by the way, I'm gonna call it now. I see All Out having record-breaking pay-per-view buy rates. Record-breaking. This is going to be their highest buy rate in the company's history, bar none.
He was right about that.
If you keep an eye on his left arm and left hand, I'm pretty sure he's had to pick a very deep wedgie about 2 or 3 times in the last few seconds. So just picture that, if you will.
You thought Revolution had high buy rate? I think it was Revolution.
It is.
If you think Revolution had all-time high...
It's like you knew it was coming.
There's like a scratch. He's going to smell his fingers.
High buy rates, record-breaking buy rates. Just wait until All Out, the results for All Out come out. Just wait till the buy rates for All Out. I guarantee you they're going to break records with this pay-per-view, with these pay-per-view buys. I guarantee you. Just CM Punk versus Darby Allin.
This is like standing in line for a wrestling show and hearing people in front of you talking, and you go, what the fuck am I doing here? Jesus Christ.
And I have done, fantasy booking videos in the past. I did one for Bray Wyatt coming to AEW, if you remember, on this channel. And I plan on doing more very soon in the future. Some people asked me to do one for Adam Cole. I might do one for Adam Cole in the future. But yeah, man, I have so many ideas for AEW, so many ideas.
I just want to make sure, just to help Husey out, he's doing an Adam Cole fantasy booking video. So I know you're subscribed. Just make sure that you're ready for. Look at Husey's already, his face. Whoosh.
Well, I wonder if his fantasy booking is Adam Cole has a match while Otaku has a girlfriend.
I have so many ideas going around in my head with this crop of talent that they currently have in AEW and the crop of talent that's slated to go there. I have so many ideas in my head, man. It's a real exciting time. Like I said, sorry about that. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm not, I'm obviously not Tony Khan. Of course not. I'm not Tony Khan. I'm not an executive VP. I'm not a creative writer. I don't.
Yeah, he's not Tony Khan, because Tony Khan's an unbearable fucking nerd who dresses like a spastic and makes a dick out of himself every time he speaks in public. Otaku's totally different because he's fat too.
Write stories or anything for AEW. I don't work for AEW and shit like that. But I have done fantasy booking videos in the past, and I actually have propped myself as a potential creative writer. I even made a case to Tony Khan. Hey, can I be a creative writer in AEW? I think I'll do good. And that offer still stands, by the way. So if anybody in AEW is watching, hey, I'm available. But anyway, so
Hey Joe, what do you think about people in their beard cap and glasses who think they're going to get hired to write for AEW?
Fucking idiots, man. What a waste of time. What a waste of life.
So many ideas for potential matches, for potential feuds, whatever have you, potential storylines for AEW, man. I think, at some point I'm going to kind of write them all down, put them all on paper, put them, type them down, just so I, don't forget. And I might make future videos out, future booking videos, fantasy booking videos. There are so many talents to me that are already there and that are potentially going there. But I personally think that there are a number of other talents that could potentially go there that will be very, very good. I can see, and I made mention of this before.
All right, let's get into the mind of Wrestling Otaku here, Toku, whatever his fucking name is. Who's he gonna wish goes to AEW? Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, AJ. What else? That's the power three right there. They're the only ones left that the Smarks would want to see over there, I would think.
I would absolutely love if Kevin Owens and Shinsuke Nakamura will finally leave that trash bin.
Yeah, Shinsuke
company and go to AEW. Those will be two instant main event talents right there. They wouldn't even have to build them all that much because they already have a name. Those will be two potential main event talents right there. Two main event caliber talents right there.
Are you getting that, Husey? It's two main event caliber talents right there.
Yeah, not underrated.
It always gets worried. It always worries me when you see these fans talking about this stuff, and they when they say it, they talk like wrestling's real. Oh, he could just come in and be a main eventer. It's like, but no. Then there's the backstage politics and the bookers, and you got to work out the dates, the contract. It's like, why doesn't he just come in and reform the NWO? It's like, well, because they don't own the copyright. They probably wouldn't have the rosters. They probably have their own ideas. Why do these 5-year-olds keep thinking it's weird that I want to hug them? and all their ideas they have are for people who are past their best. Like they says, who did he say? Nakamura? So he's in his mid-40s or something.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you think, you need to get that up-and-coming talent, Gandalf the Grey? He'd be great. Put him in a ladder match with fucking Daniel Benoit.
Two stars right there, Kevin Owens and Shinsuke. Then on top of that, I think Jeff Hardy would do well to go to AEW to join his brother over there in All Elite Wrestling. I think, obviously, Adam Cole is rumored to go there. Not sure what Bobby Fischer's going to do because he was recently released by WWE. He might take the move to All Elite Wrestling as well. Also, I would like to see, even though they're currently still in the contract with WWE as of right now, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, I would love to see them leave that fucking company, go over to AEW, and reform the Undisputed Era in AEW. Now, obviously, they wouldn't go by the Undisputed Era because that's, a WWE trademark, or I'm sure it will be. But I would love to see those four guys go over to AEW and form that faction in AEW, reunite in AEW, and kind of stick it to WWE and Vince McMahon. Say, hey, you could have had a major faction on the main roster. Instead, you chose to kill us off before we even came to the main roster. So here's to you. Fuck you, Vince McMahon. We're gonna succeed in AEW. That would be fucking epic. That would be fucking great, man. That would be fucking great. But again, those are just a few of the ideas that I have. I'm just sharing some of them with you as I kind of go along.
Well, why do these people have egos? Why is he so confident? Like you see him with Wingeling, same with Sister Christian. It's the raw confident level that I find fascinating. There's everything that he has is everything I don't want. Yet he's so cocky and like, Tony Khan should hire me, and fuck you, Vince McMahon. This time it's personal.
Another thing is these are not booking ideas. It's just, get Nakamura. You know what he should do? He should wrestle Omega. That's great. Why? Because it'd be fucking awesome. That's why. No. That's just making matches. You know, there's a little bit more to it than that when it's done right anyway.
Here, but yeah, man, so that's pretty much really all I had to say on that. Like I said before, man, AEW to me is the standard. They're no longer the alternative. WWE is on its last legs. They're on their last years, I think. As long as Vince McMahon runs that company until he steps down, WWE is doomed to fail. And AEW is the place to be. AEW is absolutely the place to be. If you don't believe me, ask the wrestlers going there. Like, literally everybody who leaves WWE wants to go over to AEW.
WWE last week was trading at about $47, $48 a share, and today is at $55.08. And thank you to WWE and their beautiful, wonderful stock, because I still have some, but I cashed out for about $2,000 of a profit there. So that's if you know, obviously the stock price is going up, so they must be ready to fucking just spiral down, just right down the drain, apparently.
And he's saying, if you don't believe me, the oracle of fucking respect, just ask the people who are getting paid by AEW. They'll tell you how good it is. By the way, do you know what my favorite place in the world is, Durban and Joe?
Keeping it 100 with Conan?
No, why? It's at work, in my office. The best place to work in the whole wide world.
Every wrestler, every talent, every commentator, every referee, management position, producer, fucking agents, you know, all these guys, creative writers, everybody wants to go to AEW because it's a good.
They don't have creative writers.
No, they do not. There are zero creative writers.
Unlike the cesspool that is WWE, unlike the absolute shit show that is WWE. And if you don't believe me, just listen to the reports of what people speak out. Just listen to all the year. Just listen to all the people who have left that company, and listen to you know how many individuals, how many of those talents, how many of those people who have left WWE have come out and spoken out against the atrocities that WWE has done over the years behind the scenes.
No.
So yeah, just saying, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, these people, they aren't making the shit up. Okay, if you have a bunch of people saying the same thing, chances are it's happened. WWE is a shit show, and AEW is the place to be. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say on that. So thanks for watching this little video here. I want to just kind of do this video while I'm outside. So yeah, I'm gonna head on in here real quick. But I want to thank you for watching this video again. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, give me your thoughts on anything I talked about here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support I can get, and be sure to follow me for AEW.
If you can hear that in the background, that's a dad has come to collect his 4-year-old, and he spotted this guy. He says, like, you can't make out what he's saying. He goes, "You're violating your court order, pedo."
Yeah, clearly that or a school security guard. Like, get off the grounds.
Yeah, no, you know who that is? That's Vince McMahon. And he's going, "You're talking shit about my company to your massive audience. You're going to ruin The Rock versus Roman Reigns because everyone gives a fuck with the fucking a guy who looks like he's dressed up as a barely cooked ham." Is there?
Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support I can get. And be sure to follow me for AEW All Out tomorrow. I might do a live reaction for that. But anyway, so thanks for watching again. Till next time, Wrestling Otaku, I'm out. See you guys later.
The fuck are you doing, nerd? Yuzi, you were traveling?
Fat cunt.
Well, Husey, has he convinced you that AEW is the place to be in pro wrestling?
AEW is the place to be if you're a Afghanistan terrorist and you want to try out your new fucking what do you call them, suicide vest.
They made new ones?
So
the old ones worked pretty good. Oh.
Yeah, it's not the place to be. It's the place to be embarrassed in.
That was tough.
It's the place to smell the shit from somebody else's underwear.
It reminds me of the previous season and those guys because, you know, no matter what reaction he gets, you know, no matter how, you know, little to no money he's going to make from this, which, I don't want money. I just love pro wrestling. Okay, good for you. But he's just going to continue on and on and on because he thinks his opinion somehow has substance and matters. And you think he's the only one in this smark universe? I'd love to see Adam Cole bring the fucking the revolution. What are they called? The
who cares? Bring them back. No, dude, everybody thinks that thinks like you. You know, all the fans think the same exact shit you said because it's groupthink. There's nothing but groupthink among that group of fans.
Well, everyone, that's a quick introduction to Wrestling Otaku. I'm sure we will be seeing him a few times this season. The next one is that 10 reasons why women of today are trash. I can't. It's been so long since I've seen that one, but it is something else, man. It's something that you don't want on the internet, just in case, you know, a potential employer or you know,
he doesn't care about that.
But watching that video of the 10 reasons is the feeling I get anytime I see that Bud Dwyer video going around.
Can we do that? That's slapstick masterpiece right there.
Yeah, I'd rather hear Chris Benoit ask for time off work than watch fucking Wrestling Otaku again.
All right. Yeah, so if anybody has any suggestions of other people we could do, I know we're going to get to JD from New York at some point. Once again, we will go back to they're not WWR anymore. Since we've taken a break, they've changed their name again. What are they now, Joe?
I don't know. What are they? Classic Wrestling Revival or something? Something like that.
Retro Wrestling Revival.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I hope everybody's having fun tonight. It has been an amazing week for professional wrestling, and heck, it's not even over because we got one more big event tomorrow night with the Takeover. We had Rampage, we had SummerSlam, and by God, it's been a crazy week, but a fun week for professional wrestling fans. We are here on the Retro Wrestling Revival, and we're doing our retro month in review. You got the stuttering beast, Brother Martin, here with Mr. Johnny Jack Wangland, and we're going to have some fun tonight, guys. And from what John says, this could potentially be the most memorable show yet for wrestling news. So I'm excited, brother. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing tremendous. This is a fucking doozy of a show tonight. I just got to say that it's
even though we've tried to get away from them, like there's still clips being sent, and it's still like, oh my God, we have to make fun of this. This is impossible not to reference. They're just as bad as ever, and that is very enjoyable to us.
Yeah, they are the podcast and herpes, and we are the big helmet. Just when you think they're gone, it comes back, and this one stings.
All right, Husey. It's Husey Hello has not been putting out as many episodes.
I don't have time, but ironically, I do have a new one coming on Sunday with an Irish comedian who lives in New York, and we hilariously joke about the fact that he's from New York, despite the fact that he has a Dublin accent. Mm-hmm. Get ready for laughter. It is so funny, especially the 17th time I make the same joke. You'll love it. Pack a sandwich and listen to the show.
I always enjoy the 17th time.
Oh, yes. So also check out Husey Entertainment on YouTube. That's the video version of the video highlights of the YouTube. And also stay tuned for my second podcast, which seems like it's going to be starting up in October. And it's a hilarious film review show that will be comedy packed. And if all goes to plan, first episode will be reviewing 12 Years a Slave with Anthony Cumia.
What else?
You know the rest. Raven Effect Mondays, Keeping It 100 Thursdays. Follow the Creative Control Network at the CC Network 1. We just added Dr. Tom Pritchard to the lineup, which is pretty sweet. Taking you to school with Dr. Tom Pritchard and John Paz. There may be a new lady showing up with a show. And I think
somebody transitioned.
I think, we do need to represent that as well. I think that's it, man.
If you want to get my Go t-shirt, this one you cannot get on Pro Wrestling Tees. Just if you want this one, message me on Twitter at Mike Durband or at Get My Go Show. But we do have the GMG shirt there's now a white one on prowrestlingtees.com/Mike Durband. Support the show. As John Wanglin says, go rep your gear.
What about your masks, dude? Why don't you plug your masks?
I'm not selling those.
No.
Yeah. No one will buy those. No, I did get some Mike Durband show masks made just as like a trial run. And they came out really good. Pro Wrestling Tees, they make great masks. They're really, really soft, and the artwork looks just as I imagined it would. So I think I will make Get My Go masks coming up soon. So if anyone wants those, again, message me, and when I get enough orders, I'll put in a bulk order for them. So, all right, everyone, thanks for watching, and thank you for supporting us in the time off. You know, people still watch the old videos and they comment. And if you want to hear the show in audio form, where can we find that, Joe?
Everywhere. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on Amazon. It's on Spotify. It's on Stitcher. Get My Go, the audio version, everywhere. And, you know, there's actually a lot more audio listeners than there is video viewers, which is, I mean, I guess it's not surprising. It's a lot easier to just put your headphones in and go. But so thank you to everyone who listens on the audio version, because those, I know we make fun of people who talk about numbers that are ridiculously made up, but I've shown everyone the numbers that Get My Go audio was doing, and it was big. So hopefully that continues with this version of the show this season.